It's an altar with a giant Magatama enshrined on it. There's lots of candles lined up on it too. You know, I ain't had a birthday party for myself in a while. Maybe you should blow out those candles over there to make up for it. Mr. Edgeworth, would you mind singing happy birthday to me? Stop that! Cut that out! Please don't blow out the altar candles! That thing sure casts a strong presence over the whole room. This is the lesser Magatama. It's a precious heirloom containing many great souls. This is the lesser? What's the greater one like? The greater Magatama is displayed in the main room of Fade Manor. It was supposed to be shown at the Treasures of Korean exhibit, but it's so large they couldn't bring it through doors. There's flowing scripture everywhere on the walls. Man, I bet you're an awful nightmares if you try to sleep in here. This is our main hall, so it's protected by a variety of magic spells and charms. They're all designed to prevent evil forces from entering. So if I slept in here, the Oogie Woogie Boogie Man wouldn't hunt me down for eternity? Alright. Does this guy think about anything other than eating and sleeping? There are many more ends of cushions in the corner of the room. What's that white piece of paper sticking out from under the sack? Beats me. Do you mind checking that out for me, Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir. Here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like an old manila envelope. Yeah. What is it, Detective? This could be it. An ultra important clue, a super special clue. I suppose I should read it myself then. It looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall, unless you want your secret to be exposed. Oh, here we go again. This sounds like a blackmail letter. Nice going there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra-important prosecutor, a super-duper prosecutor. Well, I suppose it takes a super-duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. Oh, it's a warm cat box. Where's all the cats? It's called a hibachi. It's for heating the room. Oh, look at all these ancient straw frisbees. There's a type of Zabuton cushions called Enza. Why do you give me such a hard time, Mr. Edgeworth? Why? Because learning something new might actually be a good thing for you, Detective. He's not wrong. To Iris of Hazakura Temple, salutation here. There is something I must talk to you about. I'll be waiting for you tonight at 10 in Heavenly Hall. Make sure you come unless you want your secret to be exposed. That must have been from the author, right? Elise. How about this here? Let me see. Well, as you may know, in order to see reality for what it truly is, we strive to break our attachments from much of the transient material realm. I guess you could say I'm an immaterial girl. I guess you use an immaterial word, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? That's going to be funny exactly once. That's one of the Fey Clan's very own Magatamas. A priceless treasure you've got there. Wow, I'm impressed, sir. You never failed to surprise me. Yes, you don't look it, but I can see you're a real fan of the occult.
Excuse me?
Oh, of course, this piece couldn't possibly be real, but it has such a nice replica. Clearly you're a big fan of the Korean tradition.
Wow, I'm impressed, sir. You never fail to surprise me. I should have known better than to show this thing around.
Oh, well, look what you found. That's the master of the Korean channeling technique, Mystic Misty Faye.
Faye?
It's been nearly 20 years since Mystic Misty's disappearance. Apparently she intended to pass on the master title to her daughter.
Who's this daughter?
Well, I myself am part of the branch family of the Faye clan.
Really?
But even I'm not privy to information concerning the main family. Well, that's a demon-warning hood. Acolytes are highly susceptible to possession by evil spirits, you know. That's why we always wear these for protection.
I see.
What are you waiting for? You won't get any protection just by holding it, you know. Put it on already.
No, I can't. I was just... Oh, it's like it was made just for you, Miss Edgeworth. What do you mean by that, detective?
Oh, it looks absolutely marvellous. You've got to keep it on for a while.
Is this some sort of divine retribution? About this picture.
Oh, look at that. I look pretty S to the Xy, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Up until recently, we've avoided exposure in such magazines. But this time we had our reasons.
Is that so?
I say, why deny the world such a lovely face? Oh, how could such a terrible thing have happened? It's all my fault.
Well, come on, lady. I don't think you need to take all the blame on yourself.
Quiet, what do you know anyway?
Oh, you're scary.
With that stupid 5 o'clock show and stupid old code of yours, it's too bad you were the one who disappeared.
That's a bit far, miss. Why should you have to take it all out on me? Her anger does seem a little manufactured. You know anything about this old crumpled up letter?
Is that addressed to Iris?
Yeah, it clearly says to Iris on it.
Oh, I can't believe the girl doesn't have any secrets from me.
So it's just a pity you didn't know anything about it.
This man, his face betrays a life of suffering and grey weariness of the world.
Sure.
But even so, I can't believe this guy actually jumped in the river. Think of all the fun things he might have enjoyed if he just lived. Relentless spiritual training alone is no way to lead a complete life.
It sounds like she's got some major regrets she's dealing with. Perhaps I should let Gumshoe explain right situation to her for me. Hey, don't look at me like that. Do your own dirty work, sir.
Well, as you may know, I don't see exactly what it truly is. We tried to break up.
Okay, still the...
This is Mr. Khaleesi's apprentice, is it not? I think you might have a bit of a crush on me. Sweet boy, at any rate.
Ah,
I don't blame him. Sister Bikini understands the temptations of young men.
sure.
I'm afraid it won't be proper to abuse my position. I am head nun after all. but in return I did allow you to draw a portrait of me.
I prayed it was a pose that maintained your modesty for everyone's sake. You said you went with Maya into the training hall in the inner temple last night. Did you happen to see Iris while you were there?
Of course I saw her. I told her to meet me at the ring. At the ring, the 10 o'clock bell for lights out.
So you're saying Iris went to the inner temple then?
Of course she did. Iris has always been a good, obedient girl. After that, I had Iris help Mystic Maya begin her training.
But that doesn't fit with Iris's story at all. She said she never went to the inner temple.
As I say, the plot thickens.
It's all my fault for my stupid back. Mr. Gillies has been murdered, an important acolyte is trapped, and a little girl has been lost.
You know, you really shouldn't be so negative. It creates bad karma.
Quite right. I need to do some more training myself, I think. She's a very important visitor, you know, an honoured acolyte.
Honoured? Well, so?
The Fey name is synonymous with the Korean channeling technique. Therefore, she must be a spirit medium of great power indeed.
Now you mention it, 1 year ago, there was a case that was about the master of the Korean channeling technique.
Detective, I detest talk of supernatural drivel. I suppose now you'll say she has midichlorians.
Even Edgeworth has watched Star Wars, huh? So it gives you the creeps, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's got nothing to do with it.
Oh, that poor girl. Where could she have gone?
Well, we checked her home and she's not there.
And she's nowhere in the vicinity of the temple either.
Which means there's only a few other possibilities as to where she could be.
You think maybe she fell off the bridge and was carried downstream?
Why do you have to be such a pessimist, Detective?
I'm just trying to think like you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ironic. I became a pessimist only after I had the pleasure of working with you.
And this is where the murder took place, sir. Other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched.
Thank you, Detective. I'll just have a look around. Looks like the police are still investigating.
Yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask just to be sure. Are you really going to defend that nun, Iris, at the trial tomorrow?
Yes, I will. I gave her my word, and now I must follow through with my commitment.
Well, in that case, I've got to be careful. Got to make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation.
Don't worry about it, Detective. Just keep your mouth closed, and I think most of it will flow out on its own.
You got it, sir. I'll make sure it flows out like water from a tap.
Yes, you do that, Detective. How much has your runny spout leaked over the years? So the sword from this gold statue is actually the murder weapon?
Sure is. It's called a Shisoto, by the way. Nasty piece of work, sir.
There's still blood on it. I suppose it's the victim's blood?
Yep, all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there were fingerprints all over the hilt of the Shisoto too.
Fingerprints?
Naturally, they matched the prints we got from the younger nun, the defendant.
Her fingerprints are on the murder weapon?
What's wrong? You're looking really solemn.
Is that how it goes for right? Is this what it's like to be a defense attorney?
Yeah, I figure it doesn't feel really good.
To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health.
I love skiing.
Really? You don't seem the type. What about sleds?
Sleds? Nah, they're a little too kiddie, you know. Messes with the hard-boiled image. What's with the signs, Mr. Edgeworth?
Is the world starting to go mad?
Oh, hello.
The main gate must be over that stone wall.
Ah, stone walls. I jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all.
Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of the paucity of words.
Really? No ladder talk? No ladder talk from Gumshoe and Miles? Come on. Oh,
What's this? Looks like a wizard's staff.
that's dude named his walking stick, and the amethyst has been taken from it by the looks of it. This belonged to the victim, Miss Elise Doonin. There's nothing strange or magical about it. Oh yeah, listen to this, just between us, okay, sir?
Yes? What?
This is top secret stuff, don't tell no one about this.
Alright.
Truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard.
That's it? That's what you wanted to tell me?
That's it.
Staff was made from a very strong kind of wood. What about fingerprints? Were there any on it?
Just the victims.
There's a lantern. I suppose they light it at night.
There's something elegant about the light of a fire. At the end of each month, I always like to relax in my room by candlelight.
Detective, can you not afford to pay for your electricity bill?
How do you know? Okay. The thing was a famous picture book author, Miss Elise Denim. Her entire past up until she won that writing award last year is a total mystery.
It's hard to believe in this day and age you can still find people like that.
The estimated time of death of the victim was between 10 and 11 p.m. on February 7th. The cause of death was blood loss resulting from the stab to the back by the murder weapon.
Murder weapon?
The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir.
That's terrible.
Yeah, there's one strange thing.
Yeah?
The victim's entire body was covered with bruises. The bruises were consistent with falling from the height of a two-story building.
Two-story building? That'd be about the same height as that room in front of us, correct?
Hey, you're right. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. It just happens to be the room that Elise Doonin was staying in.
Maybe she was pushed out the window after being stabbed by the sword.
More like she was pushed out the window first and then stabbed afterwards.
Now then, Detective. Let's see if we can summarise what we've learned so far.
Okay, let's look at the map. According to testimony of Sister Bikini, the head nun, right after they finished dinner, she and my Faye headed to the temple. At 10 p.m. after ringing the bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. When she got there, Bikini had her take over while she went back to the temple. After taking Hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. If you want more details, just Bikini herself in the main hall.
The inner temple, huh? I'd like some more information about that place. What is it in a temple that Maya was supposedly training at?
According to Bikini, it's an old building they use for training the acolytes. It's on the other side of the Dusky Bridge.
Bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of that bridge besides the inner temple?
No, nothing.
Nothing?
The other side's surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kind of like a little island out there.
So the only thing there is the inner temple.
I hear it's not the kind of place a person could survive in.
Please be alright, Maya. The trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor?
I'm pretty sure it's that Godo guy, but nobody can get hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement.
What do you mean?
It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. Wonder if the rumours are true. Maybe since Mr. Right Court Cole won't be defending, he just lost interest.
I intend to appear in court as a role of a defence attorney. However, I'd be quite unhappy if I came out that I'm actually a prosecutor.
Yeah, I can see why, but I'm not the only one you have to worry about. I think the real problem's going to be the judge.
Yes, he certainly would remember my face, even after such a long absence. That's why I requested another judge preside over the trial tomorrow.
Oh God, I'm going to have to pull out the Canadian accent again, aren't I?
We've already met each other once, there's a good chance you won't remember me at all.
Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know, yeah? Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stink, sir?
There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing.
Wow, Mr. Edgeworth, I had no idea it's such a powerful string to pull. Let's present some stuff to him. Oops. This all represents multiple branches that life can take, all ending as one.
I've never heard that one.
You know what I think about sometimes? What kind of life would I have had if I enjoyed the homicide division?
You think about this kind of thing too, huh?
Of course I do. I think about it a lot. Me as a traffic cop, me as a detention officer, me as the Blue Badger.
Maybe he doesn't have any plans to leave the force.
Oh, I think I might have already told you about this, but the truth is, when I was a little kid...
You wanted to become a wizard, right?
That's amazing, how'd you know that? What do you think? You think I'd make a great one, don't you think?
We just had this conversation a little while ago, Detective.
This witnesses all crime take place out in the temple courtyard. Pretty sure it's going to be a testimony that'll be the key to this case, sir.
So you mean she's going to be a witness in the trial tomorrow?
Of course. And now he's as trustworthy as you can get. We got this one in the bag. Oh. Mate, we've always been at your side, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. So yeah, it's a pretty tight spot we got ourselves into, huh?
Now I understand my right is always breaking into a cold sweat. I wonder if Maya's alright. I could never show my face to Light again if something would have happened to her.
It'll be okay. If that ever happens, you can just show a knife face. How's that? I didn't mean it like that, sir. It was just a little joke.
I wonder if there's another way to get across to the other side. The support wires of the bridge are still intact, correct?
That bridge is almost 20 yards long. I know it may look it, Mr. Edgeworth, but I'm no superhero.
In any case, I just hope Maya's alright. What about Pearl? Has no one seen her at all since last night?
Seems that way. Apparently she ain't gone back to Crane Village either, sir.
It's true she was with Denise Doonham at some point last night.
No doubt about it. Ah, you mean that maybe whoever killed Miss Doonham also...
Don't jump to any crazy conclusions.
Oh, sure have one mean punch, Mr. Edgeworth. It's downright fierce. So Larry's fucked off then.
I don't see Larry anywhere.
Maybe we scared the poor kid away.
His heart was shut tight with a number of psycho locks. I guess I'll have to look for him now. With a thorn in my side.
Let's go the other way first then. Just to be safe. Mr. Edgeworth.
I came back because I need to ask you a few more questions, if you don't mind.
But I already told you everything that
Iris, please remember, I'm on your side. You can tell me anything.
Yeah, thank you.
I just finished speaking with the head nun of Hasakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. She said she saw you stab Miss Elise Doonham with a sword. And one other thing. She said that when Maya Fey began training in the inner temple, you were there as well.
What?
When I spoke with you last night, you claimed you never went to the inner temple. And yet Sister Bikini says she met with you at the inner temple that very night.
But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the inner temple last night.
So she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. I wonder if I'll find the answers I'm looking for if I break those psych locks.
That's called a demon warden hood. I gave that to Mr. Rat last night.
He was wearing this when I saw him at the hospital today.
It's an important item for protecting acolytes from evil spirits.
If it's so important, why'd you give it to him?
Last night, I felt something. I felt like something terrible was about to happen. I didn't want Mr. Rat to fall into its grip.
It wound up falling into something much deeper and colder. I probably shouldn't say that out loud, though. Thank God for a little monologue. Who's the woman on the hanging scroll?
Well, I don't know the details, but I heard she's the master of the Crane channeling technique.
Master?
Yes, Mystic Misty. She's a great spirit medium, is what I heard. I also heard she went missing 15 years ago.
Spirit mediums. It's no such thing anyway.
Mr. Edgeworth?
I know all about them. They're nothing but frauds. She doesn't know anything about it, of course. But there was a time 17 years ago when I met the Master herself.
I'm sorry. I don't leave the temple grounds very often. I don't know much about the outside world. I was against the idea of our temple appearing in the magazine. I was afraid that this type of tragedy might occur.
In that case, why'd you allow them to run an article about you?
It was Sister Bikini. She's actually rather fond of attention. Surprisingly so.
She certainly does look rather happy in the photo.
That's Mr. Caliste Nim. She's a picture book author who saw her.
Does she come to Hazakura Temple often?
No, this was her first time. It's just that she was a very important visitor.
Is that so?
Yeah, Sister Bikini told me be certain not to offend her.
The victim, Miss Elise Donin. The prosecutor's office still doesn't have much information about her, it seems. This letter, it appears to be addressed to you.
I think it's someone's idea of a joke, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I threw it away.
She's not giving me a straight answer for some reason. I'm going to have to find someone else who can give me more information about this.
Is that the murder weapon?
Yes, it is. Have you ever seen it before?
Yeah, Mr. Gamey was holding it in the courtyard.
Apparently, the head nun witnessed the whole affair. She saw you stone Miss Elise Donin with the very sword that night.
Mr. Rat, how bad is his cold?
His fever's very high, and as a result, he's rather confused. He's worried about Maya, who's still trapped in the inner temple. And he's quite worried about you as well, it seems.
Really?
Yes, naturally. Once he recovers, I'll pass the baton back to him.
No, don't. I'm sure Mr. Rat wouldn't want that. He wouldn't want to offend me. Oh, that's Mr. Maurice. He's a very sincere, hard-working person. He was even kind enough to draw a portrait of me.
Knowing Larry, this woman is exactly the type of woman who would fall in love at first sight.
I don't know about me. There's not much to tell, I'm afraid.
Let's let me get one thing straight. You were raised at Hazakura Temple, correct? And yet somehow you seem to know right. So you two must have crossed paths somewhere.
No, Mr. Edgeworth. Whoever it was, it couldn't have been me.
What is this supposed to mean? I'd like to ask you about Sister Bikini, the head of the Hazakura Temple.
She raised me as if she were my real mother.
As if she were your real mother?
I was left at Hazakura Temple when I was a small child, and she's taken care of me ever since.
If you're sounding rude, but what about your family?
I'm sorry, I'd rather not talk about this. Oh, this is the woman who was to undergo training last night. She seems like a very strong, reliable woman.
Whatever else everyone has to say about this Irish woman, I can't exactly say she's the best judge of character.
That's the trainee's younger sister, correct? She's cute as a button. Seems to really love mashed potatoes and gravy.
Oh?
She even said she was going to have the leftovers for dinner the next night. And then she took the leftover potatoes and the whole pot of gravy with her to her room.
It's quite an appetite for such a little girl.
Okay, we've exhausted everything, I think. So, time to get unlocking.
Take that! Since I've been handed this case, it's my duty to dig up all the answers. Understand?
Yes, sir.
The smallest flame can sometimes bathe a case in a whole new light. In my years in court, I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true you didn't go to the inner temple last night?
Yeah, I swear, I already told you that.
Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened.
That's right.
If that's the case, the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder, is this what frightened you so much you couldn't leave your own room?
The weather, right?
Perhaps this is what you were afraid of, well?
I'm sorry, but you're wrong.
Huh? Why is your voice trembling like that?
It's just that your eyes are scaring me.
Blast, I must be trying too hard to bluff. Please excuse me. I'm still used to this role I've been assigned.
No, I should apologize. I'm sorry for being such a scaredy cat.
Anyway, I'm still determined to find the answer to this mystery.
I was really in my room all last night.
If that's the case, the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of?
Oh. Idiot.
I found this in the main hall, addressed to you.
That's...
Well, Iris?
Why are you glaring at me like that?
You were scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you, isn't that correct? Was that the evidence of the power of my glare that broke that lock? Oh well, I don't suppose it matters either way.
But Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes?
I thought the letter was just someone playing a prank on me.
A prank?
Well, yeah. After all, I didn't have a secret. There's no one to tell it to that it caused me grief.
I wonder about that.
Sister Bikini's like a mother to me. I've never had anything from her.
Well, you don't have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there's one person you didn't want your secret to be told to. Phoenix Wright. You mean something to Wright, it seems. And I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep, dark secret. Well, what do you have to say?
I should have expected as much, especially from a friend of his. After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it.
What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions?
It's a small mountain shack at the base of the Dusky Bridge.
A small shack, huh?
More like a broken down shack no one would ever want to go there.
Where is it on this map?
It's around here. To get there, you must follow a small path down from Dusky Bridge. The reality is, to get to the inner temple, I had no choice but to cross the bridge. But the thought that such a terrible criminal could be lurking in Heavenly Hall. I was so scared by the whole affair, I didn't even want to think about it.
So this is the secret that you locked away in your heart?
Yeah.
Looks as though I may have to visit this heavenly hall now. Maybe I'll find some sign of our mystery blackmailer. In any case, you still claim to have never left your room last night?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Rang lights out at 10 p.m. and was then in her room until the murder was discovered.
The trial starts tomorrow. I promise you, I will win. I'm going to win so that you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. But when I do, you must promise me you will tell him your secret.
But it's pointless.
Why would you say that?
'Cause I may know who Phoenix Wright is, but
He has no idea who I am. Oh, this is where Larry's staying, is it? He even brought his friggin' bunting with him. Whoa, not much of a view down here, huh? Still better than the view from my apartment, though.
Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective.
Oh, why? Why does this always happen? Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. I even chased one of them to Japan. Next is going to be prison, I guess. I'll steal that detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Nah, I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck.
He's just talking to himself.
Shh! Quiet and listen.
I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again.
Done that? What do you do?
Hey, you! What you just said? I got an objection.
What? Edgy, you dirty rat!
Gumshoe, you oaf! Sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting objection. In a loud commanding voice, too. I even pointed my pointer finger.
You've watched too many trials.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself? What is this little shack anyway?
Oh, I just discovered it myself yesterday.
And why are you down here in the first place?
Come on, I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great little place. It's, artistic. It's quiet, cold, got no power, looks like it's about to collapse.
Sounds a lot like my apartment there, pal.
One thing's for sure, no one is likely to show up and disturb you here.
So I can get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe?
He's getting all buddy-buddy on us, sir.
Listen to me, Edgy. You gotta do this. You gotta save Iris.
Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute?
Watch your mouth! Anyway, I've made up my mind about it. I'm gonna marry that girl.
Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm going to ask for him. Have you already asked the girl to marry you?
No, not yet, but I can tell how she feels by looking at her eyes. She's got this, I really want this man to carry me over the threshold look. I'm sure Nick will be surprised. He'd never imagined I could marry such a beauty like that.
Something tells me he would be shocked indeed.
That's why I didn't want to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I going to do if she gets hurt?
What's this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back.
If you want to get to know the answers to that, we're going to have to drag him to the witness stand. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you and what were you doing last night?
Oh man, don't you have anything else to talk about? With that kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me. Okay, chill with the scary eyes. I got it. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible.
Something incredible?
Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water.
Why hasn't he realised that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him?
Right. Cursory glance.
What's this festive-looking ornament?
It reminds me of our class in grade school. We used to have a lot of fun decorating classrooms with origami, remember?
Well,
Oh yeah, you were never any good at it.
Really?
Yeah, this guy was so bad he couldn't even fold a dollar, let alone a crane. Everyone tried to comfort him, but he'd just sit there sobbing.
Really? I never would have expected to
Be quiet already. I'll never forget the shame of that day. You want a crane? I'll make you a perfect 1/4-inch crane without a single flaw.
You know, Edgy, nothing for nothing, but a 1/4-inch crane without a single flaw is not easy.
Yeah, it's quite a feat, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Ugh, this is exactly why I hate childhood friends.
This Eagle River, sir, runs pretty fast, so don't ice over, even in winter.
If it had iced over, I would have been in some serious trouble.
You're right about that. You were landing on the ice and slid downstream to who knows where.
Not exactly what I meant, but alright.
That's horrible graffiti problem you got there, pal.
You don't know anything, Detective. This is art. An expression of my bittersweet love for Iris.
Larry, do you know the difference between graffiti and true art?
It's how the artist himself defines it, right?
Oh, I should have seen that one coming.
Well, if that's the case, then all my lunchboxes are masterpieces too, pal.
The store roof is totally covered with freshly covered powdered snow.
Makes a nice image, doesn't it? I always did like the rustic look.
Heavenly Hall. I suppose it's an appropriate name in some sense.
You got that right. Look at that bridge up there. This place is to be heaven, because that thing is hell.
You do well to remember, Larry, that this is a sacred place to some people.
That everything?
I know I may not look it, but
Yeah, okay.
that's the stuff Miss Elise was always carrying.
Hmm.
Miss Elise, why? Huh?
What is it, Larry?
There's something missing from the staff.
Something missing?
I still can't believe it. She was such a great person. Someone's pinning this murder on my sweet little Iris. Edgy, please, I'm counting on you.
Frankly, I was hoping you'd give me a little more than that.
Well then, I got it. I'll draw you a portrait. How's that? I'm just so good with people like her. She reminds me too much of my mother.
May I speak now?
Sure.
I don't care how you feel about her personally. Just tell me what you know about her and how she's related to the case.
Don't you think this was a little too much of me? I'm just a 25-year-old jobless bum trying to be an apprentice artist. Ha ha ha.
I'm actually starting to feel jealous of this guy. A little.
Oh, it's Maya. Nick was trying to go save her, you know. But instead, he just wound up falling off the bridge. I'm not surprised, though. Nick always gets himself in trouble.
Or if that isn't the pot calling the kettle black.
I hope Maya doesn't catch a cold, too.
Or something worse.
Oh, hey, it's Pearl. She's way cuter than this Pearl I used to go out with. In like in a kid kind of way, yeah?
Yes, well, apparently she hasn't been seen all morning.
What did you say? Edgy? Why are you wasting your time with me, then? What's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
If anything happens to her, I'll never forgive you.
Well, I guess he's right for a change, sir.
Now I feel like I'm the bad guy in all this.
Okay, Spill it, bots.
Now you're going to tell me what you really saw last night.
Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll talk.
Huh? That was a bit too easy.
Anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like it. Around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I've been sleeping, not sure how long. Suddenly, zing! The one in front of me went white. Like I'd just been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend Naomi.
And then?
And then it was on fire. The bridge was on fire.
Dusky Bridge caught fire? Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes?
Why you give me the evil eye? I'm telling the truth.
There's still 3 Cyclops remaining. That means he's still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen?
Where you say? What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? Just answer the question.
I was in my own room by the main hall. Where else would I be?
As usual, you're as transparent as an empty jam jar. The problem, I suspect, lies there.
There? What do you mean, there?
It's impossible for you to have seen the lightning strike of Dusky Bridge from your room. This is a map of the area. Take a look at the vicinity of Hazakura Temple.
What am I looking for?
I think that should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees and it's impossible to see the bridge from here.
What? Why didn't you tell me that before?
Well, how about it?
How about what?
Do you feel like talking now?
About what?
Looks like it won't be that easy after all. You leave me no choice. I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple, so then where were you?
You don't know I wasn't in my room?
So where was Larry, and why was he there? If I've read the situation up until this point correctly, the answer's fairly obvious. Very well then, let's test my theory. The place you witnessed the lightning strike from the bridge was here. The place you saw the lightning strike from was naturally Heavenly Hall.
Why would I be hanging around this old shack? It's freezing cold, there's no electricity, it could fall apart any minute.
Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet.
Uh-oh.
In other words, you just provide evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you've at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset.
I have to admit I'm impressed, Edgy. You're a totally different league from Nick.
That's nice. Now tell me, what were you doing at this cold little shack at night?
That's what you might call a fait de corps.
I think you mean a faire de cour. Could it be you were waiting for someone?
Oh no! You're really one scary guy, you know.
I believe last night you were waiting for this person to come and meet you. There's only one person you wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry.
I told you before, don't call me Larry.
The person you were waiting for was Iris.
Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy.
No doubt because of my chilly glare.
Do you think I got the hots for Sister Iris, huh? Do you have some kind of evidence? You got something that proves I was waiting for her, or are you just guessing?
This is where I draw the line in this ridiculous game. Here's the evidence that proves you were waiting for Iris.
Are you kidding me?
Here's your evidence. You called this spot with a pathetic blackmail letter.
Oh, hey, give that back. You're embarrassing me. What are you doing with that anyway?
That's not important. I misjudged you, Larry.
What do you mean?
Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh.
First of all, what's with the top of this letter? It says, salutation here.
Well, that's what it said in that book, Letter Writing for Dummies.
You're not supposed to actually write that. It's where you're supposed to write, Dear Iris.
Ah, I'm so sorry.
So you were here in Heavenly Hall last night, weren't you, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you?
Sorry, Edgy.
Sorry doesn't cut it, you scumbag, threatening a young lady like that.
Oh. Wait, hold up.
What now, pal?
What are you talking about? What threatening stuff?
I'll tell you what, you tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal.
What do you mean by threaten? Where'd I threaten her?
Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact.
Give me a break, it's a love letter. Have you ever been in love?
What did you just say?
My love for her burned so hotly it could melt the snow on this mountain.
Then what's this secret you mentioned?
Come on, Edgy, don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me. Obviously, I wouldn't want old Lady McKee to know about it, right? About our hot, sour, bittersweet love affair.
Right, then why'd you send a love letter in a business like manila envelope?
Give me a break, it's not my fault I didn't have any other envelopes. Sheesh.
Why are you so quick to apologise, pal?
Edgy gave me a scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden?
That's it. That's what those huge locks are about. I don't understand why you were so defensive.
Oh, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. Hey, come on, don't let it get you down.
But Mr. Edgeworth, this guy's still hiding something, I know it.
What do you mean, detective?
Don't forget what the guy just said a minute ago. Oh, I know, last night I saw something incredible.
He's right. Larry,
What? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone.
what was this something incredible you saw last night? You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another.